Okay, it's all a process. We're learning. I'm very confused by 7 times 7 is 81, but we're learning. We'll get through this and understand what is going on. I did one of Beidou's. Which was the ending that's in the thumbnail. I got this one. But we'll do all of them because I really want primos for wishes so I can get Ito.
Well, would you look who's here? Looks like it's going to be a day to remember. Guys, look who the sea washed up.
Ahoy there, traveler. So Captain really did invite you to join the homecoming celebration.
Hey, I heard that you took care of another crisis while you were in Inazuma. Are the rumors true?
That's what I heard too. Thanks to you, Inazuma's Vision Hunt decree was finally put to an end.
Yeah.
Well done, traveler.
Captain's got quite the eye for people. She said she was sure that your trip to Inazuma would stir up some waves. And sure enough.
I already did this one for the other one. All I wanted was to have a chat with the Electro Archon.
Look at you being so modest. We all know what you did to protect Liyue Harbor.
I've heard that they tell stories about you in Mondstadt, too.
Aww.
The honorary knight. Pretty impressive.
Yep. For the honorary knight in
someone of your
Mondstadt.
caliber would be right at home in the cracks. Right, sailors?
That's right. Wow, I'm getting excited just thinking of being the Traveler's crewmate. Hey, what do you say we arm wrestle? I was worried you'd be too busy to show up.
Oh, Captain on deck!
Captain, we were just trying to talk the Traveler into joining the crew.
Yeah, come on, Captain Beidou. Surely you've got a way to get the Traveler on board.
Oh, he's on board right now for the celebration, isn't he?
Yeah, but just one celebration together is not enough. You know what we mean, Captain.
All right, I get it now. There is something special about you, Traveler. You earned everyone's respect, myself included.
Aww.
So it goes without saying that the Crux would be honored to have a crew member such as yourself.
No doubt about that.
But then again, a hero like yourself doesn't just set off on a journey without some bigger purpose in mind. So should a hero really drop what they're doing just to spend day after day drifting at sea with us? Well, if that were the case, then the Crux, known for always moving forward to the next horizon, would instead be holding someone back.
Right. I guess we didn't think that part through.
Yeah.
Remember, rather than seeking out strong members to join us, you should be focusing on making yourselves the strongest that you can be. If we are powerful, they will come to us. Isn't that why everyone here chose to come aboard in the first place?
Yes, a strong sailor is always looking for a sturdy ship.
I guess I almost forgot the first lesson you ever taught me. Thanks for the reminder, Captain.
Just be sure you all keep that in mind. Now, there's no more need to hound the Traveler, as you were. The Traveler and I have something to discuss.
Okay.
I'm glad you came. Welcome back aboard.
You are a wise leader.
Thanks. I'll take that. Some rumors have it that the leader of the Crux is so powerful that she could slay the mighty Leviathan Haishan without breaking a sweat. I can't go getting too caught up in my own reputation, though. That's certainly not how the Crux made it to where we are today. As the head of the fleet, my task is to keep us on the right course, no matter how turbulent the seas may become. But then again, the crew isn't usually this riled up. It's not that they're arrogant, they're just bubbling with ambition, that's all. Their excitement today comes from their great respect for you, both your strength and your character. So please, don't take it the wrong way.
Okay. Oh, someone wants to join my world about that. No. Usually I would let people, but one, I'm kind of streaming, and two, I'm also doing a story. Why would I? I'm actually quite interested in the life of a sailor.
Oh, Is that so? Well, it just so happens that we're doing some recruitment and training for new crew members while we're back. It'll be a first-rate chance to learn the life of a sailor. Since you're interested, why don't you come along and experience a sailor's life firsthand?
Okay.
I'm curious to see if you'll take the sea by storm in the same way you have on land.
Alright, Captain, show me the ropes.
Good. Come with me. I've got something interesting for you to see.
Ooh.
Verbs is running a bit low.
Have a taste of sailor training.
Chief Mate Juza's breaking in the newcomers, but I think we can spare you the tedium of that. After this, the new crew members will be arranged into 2 teams for more specialized training, according to their own aptitudes and the needs of the fleet. One team will learn comprehensive survival skills, including maritime emergency rescue, marine meteorology, psychological counseling, and so on.
Wow.
They will serve as the support team for the fleet, ensuring safe navigation. That's why we call them the Shield of the Crux.
What's the other team? Vision of the Crux?
The Vision of the Crux. Oh, we don't have that many visions, kid. As one might expect, we call the other team the Spear of the Crux, because they'll be learning about naval warfare. They'll make up the armed portion of our crew.
Okay.
Also, they're responsible for handling the fleet's cargo deals. So, what do you think? Which team is for you?
The spear.
You truly are an adventurer at heart. Let's start with the fundamentals for any armed crew member. Basic boat handling. Follow me.
Are we gonna, oh my god, are we gonna shear, shear, I'm gonna shear the ship. Am I going to steer the ship? Oh my god, it's Beidou on Beidou.
These are some older skirmish boats that we keep on the Alcor as backup. Although they've been made redundant by newer models now, they're still fully kitted out. They're perfect for when we need to do simulated battles as part of crew training.
I thought I'd be steering the Alcor.
Disappointed? So this isn't quite on the scale that you had in mind, huh?
Sadly,
To be
yes.
honest, the Alcor going into battle is the last thing I'd ever want to see. In fact, out of all the confrontations we've ever had, almost all were resolved by negotiation. Only when negotiations fail do we consider deploying our armed fighters and skirmish boats, and they alone are enough to handle most situations. The only reason the Alcor would ever need to open fire would be if it were a fight to the death. The Alcor serves only 2 purposes: to deter or to destroy. We are an armed fleet with a strong sense of justice, not war-hungry lunatics. We're
Good.
very careful about determining when to use force and exactly what level of force to use. All of this to say that mastering a small attack craft is quite enough for new crew members. Do you have any experience piloting small armed vessels?
Right through a whirlpool.
You mean you can do the jobs of a helmsman and a gunner simultaneously? Wow, that's quite an achievement. Even in the Crux, there are few who can do that. Seems like you're a natural. In that case, I'll skip the basics on how to operate your craft. The goal of this exercise is simple. Steer your skirmish boat along the prescribed route and return here within the time limit.
Okay.
You can start when you're ready. I'll be waiting here so I can observe your skills.
Hey, boat riding. Boop. We just gotta get these pellets. And I guess coins too. Pretty simple. Nothing too crazy or anything. Out here, Tokyo drifting. This is actually pretty interesting. Oh my god, oh my god. Okay. There we go.
Nicely done. That was a joy to watch. Perfect timing on the turns. You kept your craft stable on the straightaway. It was like watching a well-rehearsed show. All right. It's high time I introduced you to some of the more serious business that the Crux takes on.
Okay.
Come with me. We're going to Liyue Harbor.
Hey.
You may be aware that as an armed fleet, the Crux is kind of like the maritime equivalent of a guard for hire. We work as an armed carrier, earning our keep by successfully delivering the goods entrusted to us from A to B.
Okay.
Aside from that, though, there is also one other important way we make income.
Actually, it's trading in certain kinds of goods.
Why did she seem angry?
My hotshot accountant. Nice of you to join us.
Cut it out, boss. Juza sent me here with a message. He says preparations are now underway. If you give me the all clear, I'll head straight over.
Okay. Be careful.
What's your bookkeeper doing here?
Well, she has something to take care of. Maura Grubber was right, though. The other important side to our business, the less official side, is doing exactly what merchants do. Importing here, exporting there. The only difference between us and regular merchants is that our transactions aren't entirely above board. You'll see what I mean by that shortly. I'm taking you to see one such transaction for yourself.
Hey.
Come on, let's go meet our trading partner for the day.
Okay.
Fresh seafood! Fresh seafood! Catch it while you can!
Oh my god, sushi sounds so good.
Hello there! Here at Nay's Professional Fishmongers, we've got everything you could ask for. So what do you need?
I want a bass head with all the teeth removed. If there's a single tooth in there, I don't want it.
Huh? You know bass have pharyngeal teeth, right? In the throat? How do you expect me to get all those out?
Then I'll have a bass trunk with 2 swim bladders. Again, if it's short by 1 swim bladder, it's not the bass I want.
You're not making this easy for me. 1 bass means 1 swim bladder. Afraid that's not up to me.
Okay, then I'll take a bass tail with scales that are yellow on the outside, black on the inside. Also, it's gotta have a total of 81 scales. That's 7 times 7, no more, no less.
My
What kind of
god.
fish scales are yellow outside and black inside? You sure this is a fish you're talking about? In any case, you can try all you want, but 7 times 7 is never gonna get you 81. Pardon my asking, but you're not a fish expert, are you? I'm sorry, ma'am, but I'm afraid I don't have any of the things you're looking for.
You say you have everything we could ask for? Huh? Dang you?
Look, I'm a professional. So are most of the people I serve. I can accommodate anything they ask for. Seems you two are amateurs. So I'm sorry, but you'll have to go someplace else.
Anywhere you'd recommend?
Like I said, Nay's Professional Fishmongers is for professionals. For amateurs, the place to go to would be Wise Amateur Fishmongers.
Okay.
I bet you're wondering why that guy was saying he didn't have what we wanted. That was just the first step in the transaction to confirm our identity. The real deal will come later.
Okay. It's all a process. We're learning. I'm very confused by 7 times 7 is 81, but we're learning. We'll get through this and understand what is going on. Hello.
Fresh seafood! Fresh seafood! Come take a look.
Is this Wise Amateur Fishmongers?
That's the one. We have all kinds of amateur stuff here. The more amateur, the more of it we got. What would you like?
Oh, I don't like how he said that.
We'd like a bass head.
No problem. Ours are all toothless, mind you.
And a bass trunk.
Oh, no problem. I'll stick an extra swim bladder in there for you. On the house.
Oh.
And a tail.
Sure thing. I'll paint the scales yellow on the outside and black on the inside, so you can tell at a glance, this ain't no ordinary fishtail.
Do the skills add up to 81 or 7 times 7 even? Or, I mean... Beidou, yes.
If it's 7 times 7 you want, I can do you 81, 138, or even 648. It's up to you.
Oh.
Great. I like your style. We have a deal.
Are we just trying to get the cheapest of things?
Patronage. Please, take your order to our warehouse manager over there.
Do you have the fish here? Hello. I feel like we're just trying to get the cheapest of things, and I don't know. That other guy, professional, confusing. Weird. Not, how does that TikTok audio go? Weird. Not funny weird. Weird, or, haha. I'm just gonna shut up.
A real amateur if I've ever met one. Proud to have you as a customer. No, we don't have the fish here. All fish sold at Wise Amateur Fishmongers are still swimming in the sea.
Oh.
Once we get the order in from the customer, we go fish it out for them. The warehouse handles that side of things. Pay
Okay.
first, then we bring you the goods. That way you get the freshest catch.
Are you two here to collect your order, huh, Beidou?
Yes, sir. We're here about that bass.
I didn't expect you to come in person, but we still need to follow procedure.
What are they?
The bass you want is not a standard specimen. Our fishermen need to wait for the right moment to catch it. You know the rules, I take it.
Of course.
What rules? Oh, hello, mister. Just walking by.
Oh, well, as you know,
Hello,
timing and
Zoe.
location are everything when it comes to fishing. You have to wait till all
How are
the
you?
conditions are just right. That means the tide, the moon, and the wind. So, let me ask you this. When will the tide come in?
The fishing song will sound out at midnight.
How drunk will the moon be before the party's over?
It won't stop while the Star of Death shines.
I see, yes. Which way will the sea breeze be blowing?
The breeze should be bound for Guyan.
All
Okay.
right then, well received. I'll go.
I don't
and
even know
make
what's going on
arrangements.
about this whole arrangement stuff.
Great. I think that wraps up everything we needed to do in Liyue
I'm good.
Harbor. Let's
I'm
head back and wait
enjoying.
for the delivery.
I'm enjoying my day. I'm enjoying the weather too. That's it. But where are the fish? What did all those Yeah. What? I get it, but I don't.
The three people we just met are our business partners. Nay's professional fishmongers and Y's amateur fishmongers are just cover names.
Oh.
The bass, obviously, is the code name for the goods. The numbers of teeth, swim bladders, and scales all represent different specifications.
Okay.
Meanwhile, the conversation I had with the warehouse keeper was the instructions for the deal itself. Let me translate it for you.
Please.
Tonight at midnight, the deal will take place in Guyan Stone Forest.
Okay.
The Alcor will wait there as long as needed. As for what the actual goods are, well, you'll see tonight.
This is also mysterious. Is it as shady as it seems?
What if I were to say yes? What would you do then?
Try to persuade Ningguang to give you a light sentence.
Thank you. But don't worry, everything will be fine. I deeply value you as a friend, but ultimately, you're not with the Crux.
Okay.
I definitely don't want to cause you any trouble just because you hung out with me. So rest assured, we haven't broken any laws. At least not today.
Okay. Hi. Hello, sir. Cutscene.
Captain Beidou, you gave me quite the surprise when you showed up in person earlier today.
Well, my friend is visiting, so I wanted to show him how the Crux handles some of its important business.
I see. You two must be close.
You got that right. Now, down to business. Have you brought the goods?
Yep, all here. Please, feel free to take stock.
Stop. Nobody move.
Oh.
We have received certain information pertaining to a potential illegal business transaction at this location. Apologies, Captain Beidou, but I'm going to need to inspect those goods.
Oh no, should I run for it? That's the worst idea.
Oh? An illegal business transaction, you say? Well, all the goods are here. If you have any suspicions, please inspect them at your leisure.
Captain, everything's been checked. It's just a bunch of potatoes, flour, and so on. And all the paperwork checks out too.
Huh? Everything's been checked thrice over. There's not a single contraband item here. The paperwork was approved by the Ministry of Civil Affairs and the tax declarations are all in order.
Looks like you've managed to clear everything up. I suppose we can put this down as a simple misunderstanding.
Yes, apologies. This was a mistake on our end.
As it
Come on,
should be.
Let's go.
Bravo, Captain Beidou. This was rather ingenious.
Something is going on because it's not over some potatoes and flour.
Seems like your friend still has a little catching up to do.
I know you have a lot of questions. Come on, take a walk with me and I'll lay it all out for you.
Well, I'll leave you both to it. Captain Beidou, I look forward to doing business with you again. Take care.
Okay.
You probably thought that there was some sort of nefarious business going on behind all the secrecy today. The truth is, that was exactly what I wanted the Ministry of Civil Affairs to believe. What you might not know is that I, as the leader of the Crux fleet, and you, the great hero of Liyue Harbor, have both been on the Ministry of Civil Affairs watch list for a long time.
Ooh.
In other words, whenever you or I crop up in Liyue Harbor, it almost always draws their attention. Not that there's any animosity behind it, mind you. In their words,
It's a security precaution to prevent people like us from causing unnecessary trouble.
oh, I have no qualms about that. They're just doing their job, keeping the land safe.
But how does that saying go again?
Ah, yes. Sometimes the closer you are to something, the less you can see. Did you figure it out yet? That's right. Maura Grubber, the accountant. With you, me, and a few sacks of potatoes and flour serving as a front, the deal she's overseeing on her end should go off without a hitch.
Oh, okay.
After all, the Ministry of Civil Affairs sent the Millilith to us.
I get it. It's a distraction.
Looking
Okay.
at the time, it should be any second now. Look, that's the signal.
A huge firework. That's not suspicious at all.
Tonight's real deal is officially done.
Hey,
Do you have any more questions?
I have a feeling Ningguang is not so easy to fool.
You're right. Never underestimate her. But as long as we don't take things too far, she won't look into it too closely. She
Okay.
knows that neither you nor I would do anything to harm Liyue. In any case, there's another higher level watch list at the Ministry of Civil Affairs above the one we're on. It's top secret. Even I don't know whose names are on it. But I do know that the individuals and organizations on that list are the ones the Qixing are really wary of. I've gotten off topic. On some level, Ningguang and I are actually business partners too.
Maybe even
Reason
lovers.
being, I'm the only one who can get her some of the more obscure treasures she wants. It's complicated. All you need to know is that what might be easily attainable for some people can often be a lifesaver for others who can't get their hands on it. That's where we come in. It's as simple as that. You still have some important things to take care of, don't you? As long as you don't know what I was referring to, you'll be safe.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm sorry, but I
So
can't
I guess
tell
it
you
was
for now.
weapons.
Of course, if the day comes when you've traveled to every corner of the world, found your sibling, and neatly tied up all your loose ends along the way, you're welcome to come back here and I'll tell you all about it.
I will.
You'll always be welcome in the Crux fleet. I hope I get to see you on board again someday.
It's so great. Hey! Once everything is over, we got that ending. I really, really do love Beidou, and she's very supportive and friendly and welcoming. And I also really like her happy birthday message. Let's see if I can find it.
Come, board my ship. I've gathered the crew, the food and drink are all prepared. Today is your birthday, so you are the captain. So, where should we set sail?
She just wants to protect everyone, give everyone their ones, and just try their best. Okay, so we need to go back here and get into the other one. We're not going to do the spear, we're going to do the shield.
Chief Mate Juza's breaking in the newcomers, but I think we can spare you the tedium of that. After this, the new crew members will be arranged into 2 teams for more specialized training, according to their own aptitudes and the needs of the fleet. One team will learn comprehensive survival skills, including maritime emergency rescue, marine meteorology, psychological counseling, and so on. They will serve as the support team for the fleet, ensuring safe navigation. That's why we call them the Shield of the Crux. The Pen of the Crux. Oh, that's a wild idea. Unfortunately, this ain't the Wanwen Bookhouse, kid. As one might expect, we call the other team the Spear of the Crux, because they'll be learning about naval warfare. They'll make up the armed portion of our crew. Also, they're responsible for handling the fleet's cargo deals. So, what do you think? Which team is for you?
The shield.
As I expected, you have a will to protect others. There are 2 main subjects that the Shield of the Crux focuses on: survival knowledge and entertainment. As I was saying earlier, survival knowledge includes prevention of injuries and diseases at sea, navigation and cartography, basic meteorology, etc. You can go learn about these skills from Yinxing, Huixing, and Liushi. They're all seasoned hands in their respective fields. Each sailor has their own strengths and weaknesses. I'm no rookie, of course, but you shouldn't underestimate the knowledge of the crew.
Okay.
If there's anything I'm most proud of in the fleet, it's my people.
Oh.
Go and get to work. I'll have some questions to test you later.
Oh god, I'm gonna have to remember
I look
things.
forward to seeing how you do.
Can you guys help me, like, remember? Because I'm a bit stupid. I'll get nervous.
Hello, traveler. I'm Yinxing, the Crux's surgeon at sea.
Surgeon?
Whenever a sailor has a health problem, they come to me. I deal with it all, from seasickness and common colds to amputations and everything in between.
Dang. Gotta cut off someone's leg or arm.
Oh, I presume the captain arranged this, correct? All right then, let's begin. But first of all, let me ask you this. What do you think is the biggest danger that all new crew members face?
Getting seasick? Maybe.
That can certainly be a problem at sea, but it's not the biggest danger. The most dangerous thing for a newcomer is to underestimate the dangers of life at sea. Oh, I have seen many new crew members who see themselves as young and fighting fit and have no regard for safety. They think that since they are tough enough to look after themselves on land, they'll be fine at sea as well. Those are the ones that always end up in the sick bay. Everyone should know that being a sailor, especially on a long voyage, is a brutal job in an unforgiving environment. We have to face malnutrition when we're short on supplies, all kinds of injuries and diseases that the harsh ocean weather can bring, and even the psychological problems that can arise due to isolation and the lack of entertainment. to make things worse, the lack of medication and treatment options at sea can result in even minor health problems becoming serious, or even fatal.
Hence the need for amputations.
Oh, you probably thought I was joking, right? Well, that's not surprising. Most newcomers think the same way. But hopefully you now realize that with a little extra precaution, a lot of these things can be avoided.
Yeah, don't want to
I
get thrown
think that's enough for you
overboard
to think
either.
over for now. Is there anything else you would like to know?
I don't know, I kinda wanna...
Are you concerned about them? No wonder Captain Beidou thinks you're different. There must be more to you than just your strength.
My compassion
if you
and
can convince
friendliness.
Morg Rubber to show you the books, you'll see there is a regular fixed cost titled Convalescence Payments and Incapacity Support for Injured Crew Members. Regardless of the fleet's income, those who have fought alongside us will certainly receive their compensation every year.
That's good.
Some of those that have returned to land have started small businesses, while others have chosen to go out traveling the world. The money is intended to allow them to live their lives as freely as possible. I'm sure being based on land helps a lot with that too. Still, we can't pretend like it solves everything. They call them life-changing injuries for a reason, you know. But if nothing else, it's good to know that while Captain Beidou is in charge of the Crux, no one will get forgotten.
That's
Is there
amazing.
anything
That's
else you'd
actually
like to know?
so great.
Captain Beidou? Well, out of everyone I've met, she probably values people's lives and safety the most. Although I'm just a doctor, Beidou has given me the full authority to send any newcomers who I don't see as fit for service off the ship until they are ready to come back with the right attitude.
So safety
Every time we're stocking
and
up before a
precautions
voyage,
is like one of the
medicine
answers.
takes top priority. I'm even allowed to choose the suppliers, regardless of the price. We have adequate budget for medical expenses. Do you know what Morg Rubber, our bookkeeper, calls this? A significant financial risk. But Beidou knows the importance of having a healthy crew. That's why she has authorized me regardless.
Good.
She places her full trust in me and believes that I can solve these problems. Of course, I have proven her right. So, to answer your question, that's how she thinks.
Okay.
Is there anything else you would like to know?
That's it.
My pleasure. Okay, let's leave it there then. Be sure to take good care of your health.
Sorry about earlier, Traveler. We were so caught up on getting you to join the fleet that we didn't notice we were going a little overboard. Good thing the captain stepped in.
Sorry, I was yawning. It's okay. I was hoping to learn a little more about cartography.
Oh, well in that case, you have come to the right person. I'm not just blowing smoke. You're looking at the most talented navigator in Liyue Harbor.
Ooh.
I'll start by introducing some chart reading essentials for new sailors. Feel free to interrupt if you have any questions. Let's start with what to look for when you get a set of complicated charts. First, you should always look at any indicated shorelines, islands or reefs, water depths, hydrological conditions, and other hazards. With these features in mind, you can answer the basic question of, can I chart a safe course through this area? Visually, nautical charts are a little unique. Unlike land maps, most charts do not have a fixed scale, which means that it can be hard to precisely determine the exact distance between 2 points. The most advanced nautical charts come with a supplementary chart, which has different colored lines marked on it to indicate distances. It's worth mentioning that under my direction, the Crux is using these advanced kinds of charts. Some cartographers mark out other points of interest on their charts, usually with their own special symbols. If they don't leave any accompanying notes, they can be very difficult to interpret.
Yes. For example, charts inherited from the previous navigator.
Not only those, we have tattered and torn charts that we've picked up from all over the place. To be honest, it can be quite a challenge, even for me. Some of these charts are really old and have symbols that I've never seen before. But if we don't decipher them, we will certainly miss many secrets of the sea. Fortunately, we have the captain with us. She managed to find some ancient books on semiotics that I can use to study the charts further. I don't think anyone other than our captain can manage to get these kinds of resources. Old charts and ancient books on semiotics are not the kinds of things that are sold in your average marketplace. Oops, I've gotten off topic. Well, that just about covers the basics of chart reading. Is there anything else you would like to know, Traveler? Drafting charts? That's certainly a more advanced topic. To be honest, I've only attained a smattering of knowledge in that area. The charts we are using now are just revised versions of the ones left by the previous navigator. So my mapping experiences have been primarily limited to updating our charts to reflect changes in the sea.
Okay.
I think you can ask Captain Beidou more about cartography. One time, the fleet sailed into an uncharted area by mistake. It wasn't long before we turned the fleet around and returned the way we came out for fear of potential hazards. But Captain Beidou still managed to draft a simple chart of the area we sailed through for if and when we explore the area again. Incredible, isn't it? I was amazed to see that the captain could even do cartography.
This seems like such a rude thing. Then why does she need you as a navigator? That just seems so like... seem kind of useless. You should get off the ship. Like, oof.
Because I have the talent, and she doesn't want to let it go to waste. She treats the whole crew that way.
That's
I
sweet.
initially had the same question myself. After all, in many fleets, the captain also works as a navigator. I couldn't understand her reasoning at the time, so I asked her. She just laughed and told me to wise up, saying that even Rex Lapis never fights alone. She wants everyone on board to master their role, so that the crux is not floating on her alone. That way, if the day ever comes when she's no longer with the fleet, we will still be able to sail onward without her. Captain Beidou may seem aloof and even act careless sometimes, but the truth is that she's very considerate of everyone on board. Is there anything else you would like to know, Traveler?
That's it.
My pleasure. A friend of Captain Beidou is a friend of mine.
Okay. Hello, new friend. Hello. I still need that chest.
Hello, Traveler. Are you here to learn about marine meteorology?
Wait, how did you know?
In my line of work, I've got to have a pair of sharp eyes. I saw the captain showing you around the training grounds, and then you went to see Yingxing and Huixing. So I figured that she probably wants you to get to know the life of a crew member. Okay, let's get started. First, I'll introduce you to the basics of meteorology.
Okay.
Marine meteorology basically means keeping tabs on the weather as well as other ocean phenomena, so things like sea fog, storm surges, water spouts, and so on. These are all potential threats to safe navigation. Luckily, whatever weather might be coming up, there's always some kind of sign that gives it away in advance. Take water spouts, for example. They're caused by high-speed rotating winds on the surface of the ocean. They can engulf large ships and do immense damage.
That seems very scary.
That water spouts can only form in an environment with high temperature, high humidity, and large clouds, then you can be well prepared. You will be even more alert if you also know that the presence of winds blowing in opposite directions with a significant difference in speed is a direct precursor to the formation of water spouts. And most importantly, if you spot a small white vortex emerging from the clouds, you should immediately notify the crew to steer clear of what's ahead. So there you go. Those are the warning signs of water spouts. I am proud to say that over the years, I haven't let a single one sneak up on my watch.
Well, that is very good. You should stay up here.
Well, I'm good at reading the sea, but I'm not as good as the captain when it comes to reading people. Do you know the small fishing village next to Wangshuin?
Yes.
I heard that when Captain was a kid, she worked there fishing with the adults. Later, she made her way to the harbor where she struggled to make a living. Managing to survive in an environment like that as a kid is solid proof of the captain's capabilities. If it wasn't for her, I never would have dreamed of taking this job. She gave me confidence and told me I could do it. You may not have heard, but I'm best known outside the Crux fleet for a slightly infamous story involving me, third round knockout, and a few too many.
Oh.
Who would ever have thought that the rookie sailor who fell drunk into the sea and became a laughingstock among their now former crewmates would then go on to become a lookout for the Crux? But it's the unbelievable truth. It proves that having skills alone is not enough. You need someone like the captain who is a good judge of character.
Thanks for your time. I think I've learned all that I need to.
Find me anytime if you want to know more.
I'm not ready for this test.
So you've already finished talking to the crew, huh? I thought it would take you a while longer. So, what did you think?
It was a little hard, but I can handle it.
Now you know that the Shield of the Crux is not such an easy job. Let's get started. First of all, life on the sea isn't always plain sailing. Injuries and illnesses happen all the time. But what is the single biggest danger facing crew members?
Underestimating danger.
Is that your final answer? All right, on to the second question. As you've just learned, the fleet plots its route using nautical charts. The charts used by the Crux have additional charts attached. The supplementary chart has lots of lines in various colors for added reference. What is the purpose of these lines?
To know the distance between points. To mark Why is this so long? Wow.
Okay, interesting. Now, last question. On longer voyages, we have to be especially careful to avoid certain weather hazards that pose a threat to the integrity of the ship and the lives of the crew. For example, waterspouts. So my question is, how can we reliably predict waterspouts so we can avoid them?
High temperatures. Oh gosh. I mean, sea drink. So, this? Would it be this?
Okay, those are all my questions. Do you want to know how you did? Now then, let's see. Out of these 3 questions, you got a total of 2 correct answers.
I had to get the last one
After all,
wrong.
you didn't have much time to prepare. Plenty of people get through their whole training and still don't do this well. It seems that your survival know-how is now up to the standard required of qualified crew members. Time to move on. Next up, we have some Shield of the Crux recreational programs for you.
It's not my idea of recreation.
Don't worry, all our recreational activities are respectable and, above board. You need to realize that being out at sea might be fun for the first few days while everything's new, but before too long, looking at the same old sea every day and being so isolated from everything can really cause people to struggle mentally. That is why regular recreational activities are an absolute necessity. We offer a lot of fun courses for our newcomer training, including fishing, photography, chess. Oh, and thanks to Kazuha, these days we also offer poetry and music appreciation, as well as communal wind listening. Each newcomer has to participate in at least one, so that they've got some way of keeping themselves occupied at sea further down the line. Of course, if you'd prefer wrestling sea monsters with your bare hands, that can be arranged. Well, for today, at least, let's stick to the training schedule drawn up by Juza.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, it should be photography today. Come on, I'll show you.
Ooh, group photo. Yeah, it's you.
Listen up, everyone can go back and call it a day. The photography session has been postponed.
Oh, why?
What's going on here, Juza?
Oh, Captain, there you are. Well, Captain, the photography teacher just sent word saying that she's fallen ill and doesn't want to risk coming in case she
But I have a
kills
camera.
everyone in class.
I see. That's quite unfortunate. Oh? Quite the multi-talented one, aren't you? In that case, why don't you help us out and lead the class today?
Oh, oof.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the original teacher canceled at short notice, so there's no time to schedule anything else instead. It would be great if the Traveler could step in as the teacher for the day.
It's up to you, Traveler.
It would be my pleasure.
Great. It's settled then. Juza, let's muster everyone over here to meet the new teacher.
Yes, Captain.
Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be everyone. Take it away, Traveler.
Before I begin, I do have one condition.
Oh yeah? What's that?
Since this is a photography course, there has to be a subject. We will need a model. Ooh, Beidou.
Fair enough. It seems like you already have someone in mind. So, who will it be? Me? well, we could do that. Or, Stone Forest looks extraordinary today. It'd be a pity to not capture the scenery for posterity. So how about we snap Stone Forest for today's class? Then there'd be no need for a model.
Come on, Captain. We talked about this. The photography class is supposed to be portrait photography. Have you forgotten? Scenery looks nice at first, but it gets boring after a while. I bet it'd keep the crew more entertained if we got them learning portrait photography so they could record moments in each other's daily lives. Those were your exact words, Captain.
Oof.
Were they now? Strange. I don't seem to remember anything about that. Well, then in that case, how about Hushing? I bet she's perfect for the camera. Or Fuzhong. Or Mora Grubber. Even little Yue.
Seriously, Captain? Little Yue? You're just trying to wriggle your way out of this. This isn't like you. You are the captain after all. Of all of us, you're the best suited to being a model.
I agree. You were the one who invited the Traveler to be the teacher, so you should cooperate, Captain. Besides, Captain, you've never had your photo taken. It's high time you got one. You know, a heroic and striking kind of picture. We can even use it to promote the fleet during recruitment.
Yeah.
Real funny, guys.
They are just so similar.
Well, if you say so. I'm not one to spoil the fun. So, what do I do now, Traveler? Like this?
You look a little nervous.
You're kidding, right? I've never had my photo taken before, but something this simple shouldn't be a challenge for me. It must be the lighting or something. You've got it wrong. I never said that.
We could go somewhere quieter.
You mean go somewhere else, then bring the final photo back as teaching material?
Sounds good to me. That's a good idea, isn't it, guys?
The lighting may still be a problem. But I'm open to persuasion. If you have a suitable place in mind, I can consider it.
Okay.
Just to be clear, I won't necessarily agree. It depends on the place you have in mind.
Where do we want to take it? Oh, we could do it here.
The fishing village near Wangshu Inn? That place is deserted now, isn't it? How do you even know that place anyway? It's tiny. I don't think I've ever seen it on a single map.
I once found some treasure there. Sure, we'll go with that and not have exposed the crew.
Treasure? There? I guess I missed out on that one. It just so happens that that little village is where I grew up. Now that you've mentioned it, it's given me the urge to go back and take a look around. How about we take this opportunity to pay my old home a visit?
Yeah.
It's certainly seen better days. It was never that impressive, but at least back in the day it was a lively village and home to several families. I wonder how long these last few old houses will remain standing.
So what exactly happened to you?
Nothing as dramatic as you might think. A few small incidents occurred, and then people began to leave. Come on, let's take a walk around.
Oh no, she's gonna tell us.
People used to call this place Downriver because the villagers apparently moved here from a place called Upriver. With them, they brought their knowledge of fishing, which had been passed down from generation to generation. I learned a lot from them when I was here. Now Upriver is long gone, and Downriver is all but deserted. It won't be long before no one even remembers what these places are called. To Zhong. Zhong. I barely remember this name. You're right. I was only about 5 or 6 years old when I first arrived here. I was homeless and had to wander around the streets. I remember finally managing to find half a rice bun, but then a stray dog jumped out and snatched it away from me. Half a rice bun was not something I was willing to give up so easily at the time, so I chased it all the way to this neighborhood. Then a few fishermen saw us running and stopped me. They were kind enough to give me some food.
Aww.
Seeing me stop, the dog also stopped running. But straight away it keeled over and never got up again. Maybe it was too tired, or maybe it had starved to death. I went over and saw that the dog still had the half rice bun in its mouth. It didn't let go even at the very end. Poor thing. Had I known the dog was so weak, I would have let it take that half rice bun.
That's when the villagers here took you in?
I could tell they were wary of me at first. I was the dirty little kid who had just chased a dog to death over some scraps of food. But I got lucky. The village chief took pity on me and brought me to their home. That's how I ended up staying here.
What made you leave later?
Do you know what the name Beidou means? Come on, I'll explain along the way. About a year or two after I arrived, the village chief fell ill during the winter and passed away. During that same period, the harvest was getting worse and the fishermen's catch was getting smaller day by day. Without the village chief to handle the situation, people began blaming each other. There were even rumors that some families had been overfishing and leaving nothing for the rest of the village to catch. But in the end, they all turned on me, saying that they shouldn't have ever taken me in. They said I was bad luck. They pointed to how that dog died on the first day I arrived. Next thing you know, the village chief dies, and then all the fish die out. They said I was a living curse, and the downfall of the village was all my fault. I told them that I didn't understand. I'm not a curse, I'm just Beidou. Then some of the villagers started shouting, and drove me out of the village. They shouted, "Nando controls life. Beidou controls death. Beidou controls death." Before then, all I knew about my name was that it had something to do with the stars. It wasn't until then that I realized that Beidou was a constellation. And the Alcor, one of its stars, was an omen of death. Here we are. This is the old house of the village chief. I bet he never expected that the little girl he took in would grow up to be seen as a curse that brought about the village's total destruction.
If you're a curse, then I think I am too. This is so sad. It's literally giving me chills. Like, wow.
What do you mean?
The Amino Archon Gnosis was taken after I arrived in Mondstadt.
Is that all?
The Geo Archon Gnosis was also taken after I arrived in Leeway.
And let me guess, you got to Inazuma and the Electro Archon's Gnosis was taken as well? Well, you seem to wreak havoc on a grander scale than I ever could.
Does that make you feel better?
Oh, I get it. You're trying to convince me that I'm not cursed. I appreciate it, and I'll take it. Let's not forget that the people whose names stick around are the ones who emerge from the stormy seas unscathed, and the ones who get swept away in the wind are the fledgling birds who couldn't hack it. I, for one, have never encountered a storm I couldn't weather. But your journey's far from over, isn't it? Just remember, there's no telling what else you might encounter in this vast world. So if you ever find some idiot trying to brand you as a scapegoat just because you're the one who lived to tell the tale, tell them Captain Beidou demands to have the honor along with you.
Oh.
Remember, you'll always have the captain of the Crux to back you up wherever you go.
I suppose we're just two scapegoats looking out for each other.
Two cursed scapegoats banding together for survival. Sounds like a recipe for disaster, but at the same time, I kinda dig it. I'm lucky to have a friend like you. Okay, it's time to get back to our photography. Right, teacher? Come on, let's not waste any time. Get it done while you can before I change my mind.
Okay.
So, do I need to strike a pose?
Maybe something little. Oh my god. No.
Alright. How about this?
Take a picture. Ah, yes. Oh, wait. There we go.
So, is it done yet? Please don't tell me that it looks weird. Show me.
Only if you promise to give it back.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Now give it here.
She rips it.
Yes. I see. All right. On behalf of the Crux, thank you very much for your photography class today. You've been an excellent teacher, and I couldn't be more satisfied. Now, as captain of the Crux, I am exercising my official right to requisition this photograph for future promotion and recruitment purposes.
Oh.
So I'm afraid I'll be holding on to this.
Yeah, she won't
It's
give it
fine
back.
with you, though, right?
Hey. We got another ending. So let's see if we can get the other ending.
It's time to get back to our photography. Right, teacher? Come on, let's not waste any time. Get it done while you can before I change my mind. So, do I need to strike a pose?
Maybe if we do a flirtatious pose, that'll give me the new ending, the other one.
What? The nerve! What do you think this is? I don't want to do this whole modeling thing. Hey, cut it out. No more pictures.
Hey!
So after we dropped you off in Rito, we found a shipwreck nearby. Probably belonged to Inazuman pirates. We searched the wreckage and found a map. At first, I thought it was a nautical chart. I was thinking we might discover a new sailing route if we were lucky. But after a closer look, I realized it wasn't a map of the sea at all. It was a Liyue treasure map, and no ordinary one at that.
Is there a great demonic present in that area?
Nothing like that. I just mean that the map was a mess. So it was the most I could do to figure out that the treasure was probably in Liyue. As for its exact location, I have no idea. I'd say I've explored Liyue pretty extensively, but still, this one managed to beat me. So, I thought of you. Nobody can beat you when it comes to treasure hunting on land, right?
You know me too well. Hello, Yvonne. When she mentioned the map, for some reason, all I think about is pirates. Yarg. Well, she is a pirate. She is a captain of the Crux ship. The Alcor Crux.
Is that right? Well then, it looks like I'm in good hands. Jingsa Village. I don't see the resemblance at all. How'd you come to that conclusion? Oh, okay then. I'm definitely a rookie at this. But your word's good enough for me. Time for a trip to Chingsa. You're coming with me, of course. I'll need you to help me zero in on the specific location once we're there.
Ah, Beidou! Wow, and the traveler. My goodness, what's the occasion? Just here to visit us old folks once again? It hasn't been all that long since we last had a visit from the Crux. But I'm
When I go
glad you
fast,
picked
I
today.
can run from my
You're
problems
just
when
the
I go
people
fast.
I
Oh,
need. These two young rascals, they've been arguing with each other non-stop about some petty nonsense or other. I'm too old to get through to them. They won't listen to me.
oh,
Please.
you're such a boomer.
talk
You need to talk
some
about
sense
Gen
into
Z stuff like
Rest assured, Granny
fidget
Dwarf,
spinners.
whatever the situation is, the Traveler and I will take care of it.
Oh, thank goodness. It's Captain Beidou. You couldn't have come at a better time. You're the voice of reason I need in this situation.
Oh my
Captain,
god.
please, help me get justice.
Whoa, hey. What exactly is going on here? Spit it out. Tell me everything.
It makes me mad just talking about it. G here, I don't know if he's got a screw loose or what his problem is. But anyway, he took it
Well,
upon
not having an
himself to
emotional
raise,
bond with
well,
Granny.
actually, a whole
Disappointed in
army
you.
of fences,
She's not a
okay?
main character. She's
Guess
not
what? They
important.
fly onto my land and completely destroy at least half of my crops.
Oof.
I asked him to pay compensation, but he refused. Now, how is that fair?
Captain, I'm innocent. They're not even my finches. I just thought they looked kind of cute, you know, so I fed them a couple of times. They're wild birds, though.
A couple times? Are you kidding me? That's
Don't wow
rich.
me.
Really rich. There were 2 of them when you first started. 2 finches. Now you have a whole roof full of finch nests. I swear, every time I come by your place, I think I'm at a bird market. I'm telling you, you are not gonna get away with this anymore.
So, yeah.
I will wow.
I mean, they laid a few
What do you
eggs,
mean,
made a few
wow?
nests, but finches gonna finch, you know. These are wild birds. I mean, they'll do whatever they please.
So that's how it is. I think I got the picture.
Don't wow me.
What's your take? Yeah, you have a point. Gee, let's say I'm interested in buying these finches off you. What would you say to that?
Are you serious, Captain? Oh, that would be great. Honestly,
For
with all this trouble they've been
600
causing, it
seconds?
would become a
How
bit of a
many?
burden. So if you're happy to take them off my hands, that would be perfect.
How many minutes
All right,
is that?
Deal.
How,
My only
wait.
condition is, you have to use some of the money to compensate Wenjing for her losses.
Oh, come on. But I never raised them, did I?
Ugh.
Well, you tell me. You took my deal, that means you admitted to being the owner, doesn't it? Otherwise, what gives you the right to sell them to me?
Captain Beidou's right. If you didn't raise them, what makes you think you can go taking her money for them, huh?
Well...
Don't worry, my offer includes plenty left over for you after deducting the compensation. This way you get something back for looking after them.
Okay then, okay. I'll pay the compensation.
I hope you two are very grateful indeed to Beidou. I dare say no one else will be quite so accommodating
You're into
toward
Genshin
the
again?
people of our village.
Granny Zhuoshin, as you know, many of the boys from your fine village do sterling work for the Crux.
What got you back into Genshin? Because what got me back? Well, I took a break because it was the same old, like, there was like no story. So I took a break so more stories would come out and I have more like stuff to do in it. So
The fleet wouldn't
that's
be
why
what
I
it is
came
today
back.
without them. So please think nothing of it. Gee, Wenjing, I guess you're free to go.
Captain Beidou, you're here.
Pop Sing, it's been a long time. Have you been?
Don't get me started. I've been having some real trouble with that neighbor of mine, Jen. We keep having the same argument, and it just goes nowhere. I heard you were in the village, so I rushed over to seek your help.
What's the issue?
Oh, come with me. You'll see. Let's go find Jen and clear this whole thing up, face to face.
Captain Beidou, you're here.
I heard that you and Pops Shing had a little misunderstanding. So, what's up? Tell me about it.
Jen planted a tree on his property a few years back. I had no issue with it at the time. It's just a tree. But a few years on, it's grown taller than the roof of my house. Every morning when I get up and open the window, I just want to feel the sun on my face. But I'm greeted instead by the
It took me a year to get
of my neighbor's
on the
tree.
stage
It
on my
really
other
affects
one just
my
because I
mood.
wasn't enjoying
I
it.
asked Jen to cut it down so I could get some sunlight back on my property. But he said no.
You just gotta find, like, why or, like, what to entertain
crazy.
yourself with in Genshin.
Captain Beidou, you gotta believe me. I didn't intend to block the sunlight, but there's nothing I can do about it now. It's not just any old tree, you see.
Because
that
for me,
tree was planted there by my late father.
I love the stories, and I love the lore, and I love the personalities of the characters and everything. I also really should probably BRB and blow my nose, but I'm gonna wait. My nose is very stuffy, and it's probably because I keep talking and talking and talking.
Not long after he planted it, he passed away. And just before he passed, he left me with some parting words. He said our family's fortune was inauspicious and we needed something to suppress the bad luck. That's what he planted the tree for. How can I just chop it down? I'll be honest, I spent a few years studying in Liyue Harbor, so I don't actually share his superstitious beliefs. But still, that doesn't change the fact that this was my father's dying wish.
Okay, I think I'm all clear on the situation. What are you thinking? I was thinking along the same lines as you. Look, Pops, I'm not trying to make excuses for Zhen, but just try putting yourself in his shoes for a moment. Zhen's desire to protect his tree isn't for money or because he wants to hurt anyone, or for the sake of any superstition. He just wants to honor his father's dying wish. Pops, you have kids too, right?
Yeah. When you put it like that.
Pops, if you can agree to it, I'll have a word with Granny Zhuoshin and see about getting you some money from the relief fund as compensation for having your sunlight blocked. As for the tree,
it stays.
That sounds good to me. Whatever you think, Captain Beidou. The tree can stay. Some compensation would make me feel much better about the whole thing.
Ding.
Thank you, Captain Beidou.
Now that I am free from my suffering, I'll become a streamer one day.
I'll make sure to trim it back when I get home.
Specifically to do a single stream of me torching Nightbot live. Oh.
On a separate note, I remember the Crux last visited the village not very long ago. Is there some special reason why you're back in person so soon?
nothing all that special, just personal reasons. I'm looking for some treasure.
Huh? Treasure? Wait a second. That reminds me, I saw Chongping and Defu arguing in the fields earlier. It sounded like they were both trying to lay claim to some treasure. I don't know if it's related to the one you're looking for, but anyway, they're probably still there now.
Really? Okay, well, you and Pop Shane can go about your business now. I'll go see what the situation is.
That I like seeing. I just fell on died amazing.
Defu's being completely unreasonable.
What happened?
I'm not being unreasonable, Captain. I got Chongping to help me plow my land because it's the busy season.
You know, Rip Kaya. You know, I really like Kaya. I have him physically built. I don't use him though. It's not like I like him. He's like my favorite starter, but like.
And then, what do you know? He plows up a treasure chest. Way I see it, it's my land, so the treasure belongs to me, right?
I also really like Barbara.
You say that, Defu, but what you're forgetting is that I came to help you plow your fields out of the goodness of my heart, and you haven't paid me a single mora. It was also my plowing that turned up this chest. However you cut it, surely I'm entitled to at least some of the treasure.
Yeah, I feel like he should get it.
The domestic drama just keeps coming today. What are your thoughts? Okay, I think I'm up to speed here. If you two really want to take this further, I can get a legal expert from Liyue Harbor to adjudicate. As for the costs, I'll cover them. What do you think?
Starting to play again, so it's good.
Neither of you seems
that I missed
thrilled
a
about
lot
this
the
course
first
of action.
time.
Okay,
I know
so,
how to play Amber better now.
I'll be straight with you.
I
The
really
reason I
like
came here
Amber.
today was to look for some
People really
treasure.
like
Chances are it's hiding right
poop
there
on
in the
her,
chest you're
but
both fighting
I really
over.
like her. It's good to have a pyro character because, in my opinion, they're like one of the best. I really like Geo and Electro though, but pyro really helps Electro.
So, how about you two stop fighting over it and do me a favor by handing it to me? Of
Oh, we're
course,
just
I'll be
stealing the
indebted to both of
treasure?
you. If either of you ever needs anything in the future, the Crux will not hesitate to lend you our support.
Captain, you're far too kind, really. Indebted? That won't be necessary. If you want this chest, you go ahead and take it.
Yep, totally agree. If only I'd known you were looking for this chest. You should have said something. I would have delivered it to you personally to save you the trip.
It seems like it's been quite a busy day for you, helping us settle all our little quarrels. Come on, let's go to the village. I'll rally the masses.
Amber is literally so good for like starting
get-together.
because it's so important to have either a catalyst or a bow user. But even sometimes the catalysts don't even like you need to not hurt. You need to hit certain like items or like monsters, and it's just so good to have Amber or just simply a bow user.
Don't worry about the chest. I'll carry it over.
Hello.
What
Breath
a
of the
fine
Wild
day
Hog.
today's been. Beidou has solved an awful lot of problems in our village.
Yeah, Genshin is so money hungry.
Without Captain Beidou, that compensation payment would have bankrupted me. Yeah, and if it weren't for Captain Beidou, I'd still be arguing with Pops Xing.
Here, here. We have plenty to thank Captain Beidou for, I'm sure.
I'm pausing it
propose a
because I want
toast
to
in
talk
her
about
honor.
this.
Captain Beidou, cheers!
I couldn't ask for more than the chance to get everyone together and drink to our heart's content. Cheers! That really hit the spot. Want to get some air? The view in this place is pretty good. We can take a look through the contents of that chest while we're at it. Chongping placed it by the water wheel.
Are you sure you haven't had too much to drink?
Are you kidding? Beidou can handle her liquor. Come on, let's go. So, I've been thinking. Everyone seems to trust me enough to let me have the final word on their disputes. But don't you think some of my solutions can be a little stupid? You can laugh, I don't mind. Take Chongping and Dufu's wrangling over that chest, for instance. I had no clue who it should
Can
belong to.
you get drunk in this game?
So I just
I
came
mean-
up with this stupid idea of taking it for myself. At least
With
that
your
way neither
imagination,
of
I
them feel
guess,
like it
or
was
part of the
unfair.
story.
But, I mean, I'm no Ningguang. I can't make a perfect deal every time. And I'm no Yanfei either. Not all my judgment calls are going to be 100% fair and square. I am Beidou, and my strength is in trading favors. You think I should be more selective? Some people think their favors are so valuable that they need to plan out how and when to use them to maximize the return on their investment. They
Is that
view the favor
technically a
as
yes?
bargaining chip.
Yes.
Others see doing favors as a burden, not worth anything in monetary terms and prone to getting you locked in a cycle of constantly returning the favor back and forth. But the way I see it, favors are what keep people connected to one another. Over thousands of years, the people of Liyue have created bonds between each other by doing someone a favor here and asking for a favor there. This means that no individual is truly on their own out there. When someone falls down, there's an invisible net made of human connections, waiting to catch them and get them back on their feet. Over the years, I've come to owe favors to a great many people, and many other people have come to owe me one. These are the countless bonds between us, like...
It
so
becomes a
many fish in
drinking
the
stream
sea.
now. Oh my god.
And they're the reason that the Crux and I have survived the countless hardships we faced.
I mean, if
I
Beidou
believe
keeps
that if
drinking,
ever
yes,
comes a day when
it's
the
a
world
drunk
is overrun by
stream.
monsters, Liyue's legal system collapses and the land is thrust back into an age of war, it's these bonds that will see us all through the dark days ahead, until we come out on the other side. I'm not saying that. But either way, we have a pretty firm bond between us already, don't you think? Was this wind brewed in a winery? It's making me lightheaded. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Something we were literally just talking about.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have to be careful saying stuff. I need to censor myself with the YouTube algorithm, and I don't want to... But in itself... But also in itself, YouTube is pretty, crap.
Oh, yeah, the chest! Oh, I got so immersed in our conversation that I forgot all about
Just
the main
because
event.
your age. Oh, yeah.
Come on, let's open it up and see what's inside.
Yeah, I'm a bit under it.
Oh, that's it? A whole lot of nothing? It's not exactly what I was looking for, but you know what? I don't care. The fun part was going on a treasure hunt with you.
Oh.
Come on, let's get back to the party. Tonight, we go big before we go home.
It is a, it's a, yes. It's a party. Hey, we did all of Beidou's story.